my family haven't updated in a few days, so I thought I'd better let you know that I'm okay and that still been good, just really busy. Today, not so much, but just because I was so tired. So day 4, I had brought a bunch of stuff from the United States Snacks to give to some artists that I follow and have been in communication with for a few years. The artists at Way Better and their staff, so went to their office and dropped off a bunch of food and snacks for them. And then I met somebody that I have not seen in over 20 years, my high school classmate Jungwoo, and we were all missionary kids in Bolivia together, and it was awesome to catch up with him. And he's been through so much since graduating high school, of course, as have I, and we've changed a lot, but in some ways still the same. But I really enjoyed that, and we're actually planning on hanging out again tomorrow, so that'll be good. But enjoyed some nice coffee and delicious pastries while I was there, meeting up with him in Ilsan. And then I had another friend, Moonie, who I had met in line at the BAP concert last year, and she's Australian Malaysian and has been living here in Korea for a few years. And so we got to hang out again too, and I got to try something new. I tried cockles, so the shellfish, I guess, mollusk. I don't even know how you necessarily define shellfish, but yeah, they look kind of like clams, and we got it so that it wasn't mixed up with all the spices and stuff, which they usually do at this one restaurant that's famous for their cockles. And so I appreciate that for, you know, the spice level, letting me control that a little bit. And there was soup, and we went and had a drink afterwards and just talked for hours too. So yeah, day 4 was all about socializing and catching up with people, so that was really good. Enjoyed that. And I was just too exhausted by the time I actually got back to Gangnam to do a video or anything. And I knew that yesterday, day 5, was gonna be exhausting. So yesterday I had a ticket for my first Korean music festival, Sound Planet. And the main reason I wanted to go to that was because there's a Korean rock band that I love his music, an amazing singer-songwriter. So I've been a big fan for at least a year now, and he never tours in the States. The other main bands that I'd heard of have toured in the States, and I've seen them before, but I had not seen him yet, so got to experience that. And I will say, there are, like most things about Korea, I love the way the music festival was and how crowds are. Miserable. I will say it was the most miserable I've ever been in a concert setting ever. And I've been to, I don't know, at least 100 concerts now at this point, maybe more than that. But yeah, so I got there, and that was a whole thing too, because it's like a 2-hour bus drive away from where I am currently, and missed one of the buses and ended up having to wait. And so I got a coffee, and then I finally got my bus to show up, and they were telling me I'm not allowed to have coffee on the bus, and so I had to throw it away. And there was supposed to be a free shuttle from the Incheon airport to the fairgrounds, and waited with a bunch of other girls, and it never showed up. Turned out we were in the wrong spot, but regardless, we ended up getting a taxi and getting there. So it was like noonish, maybe 11:45 or so, noon, when I got to the festival grounds, and set up really well. Amazing setup. All these different venues and concerts that were going on at the same time. And saw several different artists. But I knew that the one that I wanted to see, Lee Seung Yoon, was going to be around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And so my plan was to sort of, get there as early as I could and make my way closer and closer to the barricade to be able to see him better by the time he started playing. And right from the get-go, was smashed in. Like, it was claustrophobic. Like, I started out with a bunch of room, I like giving myself some space, and people just slowly started getting more and more crowded, like to the point where I could not bend over, I could not sit down, I could not reach the sunscreen that was in my bag that I had with me. Like, you had to even get your water or anything like that, to drink water, move your arms. It was just awful. So as soon as Lee Seung Yoon was done playing with his band, I forced my way back out of that mess. Not fun. Did not enjoy. Won't do that again. After I was out of that, like, intersection, I guess, Exonera Heroes was playing after that, and I actually did enjoy that. After I was out of the crowd, and farther back, was able to move around and dance and had more fun. So that was better, but yeah, note to self for the future. Yeah, I think in the future I'll just have to do concerts that have seats and just go with that. But yeah, so that was an all-day thing yesterday, and I was completely wiped, and just took an Uber taxi back to my hotel, which, yeah, it's like a 2-hour bus drive, but by taxi it's about an hour, and you can get decent prices. So it was about $50, maybe not even that, 40 to 50 bucks to take a taxi back here. So when you're that tired, you've been on your feet all day, haven't eaten anything because you can't even get to your pockets where your snacks are, yeah, I just came back and ordered some jjajangmyeon, which was delicious, and ate that last night, and called it a night. So today I let myself sleep in as long as I needed to, and have just been resting, trying to catch up on a little bit of sleep, and I'm trying to go out and do something now. I'm still feeling pretty tired and wiped, but it's like, I'm not gonna be in Korea that much longer. I leave tomorrow. So a few things I want to do, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the last couple of days. It was supposed to rain all day yesterday at the outdoor music festival, so thankfully it didn't do that. Yeah, so even though it was miserable, it could have been worse. Yeah, so that's sort of it for now. I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.